Greetings, my name is Neosekken and welcome back to my Let's Play of Hatoful Boyfriend. Now where we last left off, there's been suffering and death galore. We learned that Yuya and the doctor did play a role in Hyoko's death, but apparently neither of them are the person that actually ended up killing her. All that those two did was just help cover up the murder and set up her corpse to be discovered by the school earlier this morning. Hence the situation we're all under. As for who actually killed Hyoko, well, Yuya wouldn't really enlighten Ryouta here before kicking him out of the room to spend some time with Sakuya before he passed away. And then, after trying to find information on where I can get into the school's basement and thus into the medical center, I came across Nagaki again, and we learned about his backstory and the role he played in apparently the manufacturing of biological weapons here in the school, which is what the medical center was used for originally. And through this information, along further conversation with Nagaki, we figured out how to get to the medical center, and well, now we're discussing that plan with Kazuaki here and I guess whoever else may be here with us. So yeah, a lot happened last episode. So let's get started so we can go chase the doctor. A staircase in the preparation room. I've never noticed one. I wonder what it could be. If the scarecrow went down there with the doctor, it would need to be a pretty big opening. We'll have to go and look. 7 p.m. already. We only have 3 hours until we're overrun with bloodthirsty humans. We don't know for sure if there's an escape route in the basement, but it's our best bet. Maybe we should get everybody from the gym to come with us as soon as we find the stairs. Leave that to me. Mr. Leone, I'll take care of the other students. Don't worry, I'm not a massive agent for nothing. Well then, thank you, Mr. One. Aren't you going with them, sir? I'm going to come with you, Kawara. We never know what could happen. Thank you, sir. You're welcome. I'm your homeroom teacher, after all. You've done a good job so far. I want to be there to help you if things get dangerous. What about you, Sakuya? I was just about to ask about you. You two go ahead. I'll catch up with you. Oh, excuse me. Right. Okay. We're going to get out of here together, okay? Too much has happened today for both Sakuya and me. I don't know what's on his mind. He doesn't seem interested in telling me, but I think it's quite obvious what's on his mind, Ryouta. Don't be dense. If he wants to be alone, that's for the best. I guess it's the two of us then, Mr. Nagaki. If something bad happens, one of us can come back to warn you, and the others, Mr. Leone. Understood? Commence Operation Breakout it is, then. Not so fast! Okay, where in the hell is there a window in here? Honestly. Angel? What does he want now? We don't have time for messing around. Textoris Melodia Funis. You travel now to the abyss of despair, do you not? The abyss of despair? I sense demon spores far greater in power than even those released by the Tree of Blight. I cannot allow you to face the dark sorcerer Wallenstein alone. Wallenstein guy's a doctor, right? Okay, we're coming for you, Wallenstein! Wait, Angel, we need to be careful. Wait! He certainly is lively. Let's go. So are you. I'm kind of amazed you're not falling asleep on us. Unless literally every single instance of you falling asleep is just an act. I think this is the first time I've been in here. I remember this room. It's kind of bland. Yes. Not a very friendly room, but not distasteful either. This place is floored with demon spores. Any good bird would normally avoid it. Can you think of anything, sir? Like a hidden door, or... I don't come here very much, so... Do you feel a draft? How about do you hear a draft? It's pretty dang loud. A draft? There are no windows in here. It must be coming in from the basement. What's up, Angel? Be silent, my crimson beast! We must hold it back, or the eulogy of doom will... Gate of Erebus! Guide me to the abyss! Wait, calm down, Angel. You can't. Oh, there it is. So it was behind the mirror all along? I was just going to say, what, is the hidden entrance made out of glass or something? He's a lot more clever than he acts, isn't he? Even if he does spout nonsense whenever he opens his beak. Let us proceed, Textoris Melodia Funis. The master of the abyss awaits us below. A long, dark staircase winds downwards behind the mirror. How far does it go? The basement itself should be pretty big. This is sort of like the entrance into a subway tunnel. Let's go. And here is the Tunnel of Doom. Very impressive. This is a lot fancier than I expected. Where is the draft coming from? Seriously, where is it coming from? I never knew this huge place was underneath the school. This facility has been used for research to kill humans since the school was founded. Hyoko. None of us ever knew. We lived our carefree lives with all this going on beneath our feet. Apparently so. I don't see anybody. I wonder if it's closed now. Yeah, it's clean and orderly, but I don't get the feeling that it's still in use. There was a fire somewhere down here 5 years ago, and since then the whole facility's been shut up. I suppose they froze whatever project they were working on. Hey, Angel. Which way do you think we should go to find the doctor? That would be... my crimson breast murmurs! What was that? I heard something. The Midnight Hunter approaches! Scarecrow? Yep. Am I gonna have an RPG battle with you by chance? Couldn't you have said so earlier? Well, considering the tunnel, I mean, where could it have hidden itself, honestly? If anything, you guys are stupid for not seeing it coming. Oh dear. If we don't get past him, we can't go on. We cannot reach Wallenstein without first defeating his dark servant. This trial cannot be avoided. But all we've ever managed to do is run away from this thing. How can we... You... What glass are you smacking against, buddy? We can't get anywhere just by running away. Do we have any sort of weapon? We have the taser. A weapon? I do have the stun gun Mr. Leonis lent me. Stun gun. Will it even work on a scarecrow? Well, you could probably short circuit it to its circuitry. Maybe not a normal output, but it looks like a living creature, so I doubt it would be completely unaffected. That looks like a living creature to you. The Midnight Hunter is a hound bred from the Black Void. We must purify it with holy water. Got a hose, then? Oh, yes. That's a good idea. What? What did he even say? There's a fire hose on the wall. There. You know, I was just joking about the hose, but... hell, I'll take it. If we time it right. Mr. Nagaki wobbles towards the wall and pulls out the hose. Of course. Ready? He points the hose at the scarecrow and opens the valve. Angel, sir, get back! I set the stun gun to maximum and hurl it at the scarecrow. Still, how convenient it is to have a fire hose right there. It collapses with an unpleasant noise. You sure? I didn't hear a thump. Its electrified metal arm twitches for a moment, but then it is still. We did it! Electricity is a powerful thing indeed. The thunderous voice of doom. Judgment has come! You... Goodbye, Mr. Scarecrow. Onwards! Disgraceful. What am I doing here? A label is not allowed hesitation. No. I have not even the right to reclaim that restriction anymore. Yuya. Foolish. No, not ish at all. I am a fool. I've been pampered my entire life, while in my shadow he crawled along under the weight of a crime of which only he knew. I have been nothing but vain and selfish. What should I do, Yuya? Live. I think that's all he wanted from you. Just to live. Ku! It is Sakuya! Sakuya is here! Leave. No one wanted you to come here. Coup! Everyone is leaving! It is a grand daring escape! Coup! Coup! Sakuya will find Ryouta and Okasan. Away we go! Shut up. Don't talk to me. Coup? Sakuya weeps. No, I do not. It's raining. Number 1, you're inside. Number 2, there's a dome outside. That is all. Coup! Coup! Is Sakuya in pain? That is bad! We must do something about it! Coup! 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 Okasan used healing touch! Confound you! Must I repeat? Coup! Coup! Okasan knows. Okasan heard that Yuya has gone somewhere far, far away. We will never see him again. So, they told you. Coup! Do not worry. If we cannot meet him, we need only chase after him. Do you have any idea what you're saying? Death is not a good place to chase someone to. No doubt the older excuse me. No doubt the older breeds have no concept of death. Chase Yuya into the grave. What kind of fool would? Coup! Okasan knows. The earth is a ball, so if we run far enough, we will find him. What foolishness. Speaking of mongrels makes my head hurt. Except I'm a mongrel too. Poor mongrels who did not even notice their own error, that is. Coup! Coup! Okasan is not a mongrel! Coup! Sakuya and Yuya and Okasan all have their own wonderful names. Names more important than any breed. Is that your argument? That isn't even... You are yourself. Never let anyone tie you down. I am myself. Coup! Coup! It is time to go. Okasan and friend are late. Coup! Kick reason to the curb. Time to blast out of this prison and find Yuya! Okasan is always brimming with useless energy, as he was. Am I the same, perhaps? We will never see him again, no matter how far we run. But if he were here now, what would he do? What would he want me to do? Help your friends. At any rate, moping around here won't get us anywhere. 2 more hours. Time is moving by awfully quick. I will chase after him. I will never find him. But I will find myself. Let us go, Oko. There is nothing more for us here. Coup! Coup! Sakuya is best when he acts cool. After Ryouta, full speed ahead. Nice lab. The demon spores are thick in the air. I smell the stench of the sorcerer. I feel a little nervous relying on Angel's bizarre intuition alone, but it's worked so far and we're in a hurry. Is he actually following the doctor by his scent? Or was that just an angelism? There's some very advanced equipment in here. And these documents look fairly new. Maybe this place is still in use. There's a register of names left open on one desk. Maybe it's a student register? Look, your name's here too, Angel. The Dark Grimoire. I feel the tendrils of imminent tragedy. They have notes on some of the students too. Under Higure. He acts as a neurotransmitter when excited. He seems to produce intoxicating or hallucinogenic pheromones. Physical exertion acts as a stimulant. The pheromone causes others to temporarily lose control of themselves, but its usefulness is limited. Not currently applicable to combat. So we really are. So when I was on your route, Angel, that whole final battle with the demon bird spawn thing, and the whole encounter with the doctor, it really was just a hallucination then? Just a fantasy? Well, didn't think I'd actually find something else in the game that actually makes sense of all of that. I thought it was just a weird, silly little thing that they decided to do just for your route. Okay then. Glad we got that mystery solved. I shall not allow the sorcerer to make me his pawn. I am the Crimson Angel of Judecca, destined to wander this earth alone. Oh really? What about Hiyoko? Well, then again, you're kind of dead. Hiyoko, I mean. I'm not sure what he's talking about, but he sounds and looks unexpectedly heroic. It looks like all the students who were invited here have some sort of physical idiosyncrasy. How did you enroll, Kawara? How? I was invited too. I don't know why. Yours is just a bunch of numbers. I wonder if it's the explanation of something for something like Higure's. What's up? No. The black miasma of inevitable doom draws near. We are approaching the gates of the abyss. I feel its foul wind. I'm gonna save then. Let's go. The doctor's waiting for us. Could you wait a minute, Kawara? What is it, sir? We're almost done. We need to... I want to ask you something first, Kawara. You lied. Did not you? You lied, did not you? Huh? Lied? Me? I don't know why you would lie about that. Or maybe you forgot. Even though it was just yesterday. Yesterday? After school? Like I said to Sakuya, I don't know anything about it. We have to ask the doctor. I see. Let's go on then. Mr. Nagaki follows Angel down towards the innermost room. I've been trying to find the truth about Hiyoko's death since this morning. Why would I lie? Maybe Mr. Nagaki misunderstood something? But that seems too simple. Put two and two together, Ryouta. It's not going to be pleasant once you do, but, I mean, come on. I think we got enough clues here to figure out who the killer is at this point. In contrast to the rooms above, this area is dark and filthy. This must be where the fire was 5 years ago. I feel like I can smell the suit just by looking at the walls here. Nagaki threw himself into the sea of fire here to end the experiments. I wonder what I would have done in his place. Would I have ended it all like him, or... You're late, Mr. Kawara. I have grown tired of waiting. The Dark Sorcerer, Wallenstein. Doctor. It wasn't just Hiyoko. You killed the headmaster as well. If it weren't for you, the boy who went outside wouldn't have been... Why are you doing this? Must I repeat myself? I told you before, I merely disassembled Miss Tosaka after the fact. I did not kill her. Do you think I care? It would appear that you need some assistance. I told you before, but you should already have everything you need to answer your question. Who killed Tosaka Hiyoko? Do not listen to the Dark Sorcerer's words, Textoris Melodia Funis. He will lay a spell on you. Perhaps the peanut gallery could keep its thoughts to itself. Bars. An iron grill drops behind me, like an evil wizard's portcullis. I'm cut off. Oh dear, we appear to be shut in. No, the dark spell! What are you doing? Nothing at all. I simply have no business with them. I was waiting for you, Mr. Kawara. Now, let us return to our conversation. Our conversation about the truth you seek. You've done unbelievably cruel things, Doctor. You were involved in the medical center here, too. Nothing you can say to me will change my mind. How pugnacious of you. But you are lacking in logic. What I may or may not have done has little to do with the truth of my words. I was employed at this facility from the beginning. No doubt you have already deduced that I was working on Operation Hatoful. Operation Hatoful. The plan to wipe out humanity with the Charon virus. Precisely. Oh, it does make me so happy when students read ahead and come prepared for the lecture. You are exemplary. The strain we isolated from the original host was extremely powerful. Quite possibly the deadliest in human history. However, strains of such lethality tend to be fragile themselves. Charon virus was no exception. It cannot last very long outside of a host's body. In order to deliver it to the enemy, we would have to send live carriers into their society and allow it to spread via airborne infection. This proved troublesome. Charon virus, in addition to being harmless to birds, is ill-equipped to establish itself in our bodies. Fujishiro Nagaki, the original host, had a rare genetic condition which resulted in a slightly compromised immune system. In his body alone was Charon able to safely reside. Alas, he refused to cooperate. You forced him to kill human prisoners. If it weren't for your experiments, he never would have killed himself. Indeed. It had not occurred to us that the tests of the strain's effects would harm his mental health. Glad to see you guys were not lacking in the empathy department. We expected that he would be glad of the chance to avenge himself on humanity, but sadly, it was not so, and we lost our sample. The project was put on indefinite hold with his death, but thankfully, we did not lose his corpse in its entirety. I preserved his remains, and have kept them to this day. I have been waiting for a new carrier to arrive. Ryouta, you have a compromised immune system. Sounds like this was a very labor-intensive project. Wasn't there a better way? What, a better way of humanely killing humans, Kazuaki? Is that what you're saying? Quite right. I digress a little, but there was a reason for our methods. It did not take me long to come up with a better plan. We need only compromise a subject's immune system, creating a compatibility like Fujishiro Nagaki's. Compromise the immune system. They die! Indeed. Even if the subject were able to become a carrier for the Charon virus, if they died to some other infection, it would all be for naught. Which is why I was very careful with who I chose. I worked on the subject over time, slowly weakening his immune system. I suppose I should count myself lucky that I achieved my goal in only a year. You are an exemplary student, Mr. Kawara. I give you full marks. Full marks? My head hurts, almost as if some strange creature is wriggling about deep inside my brain. Are you okay, Ryouta? Mr. Nagaki said you were coming here, so I wanted to make sure you were all right. Hiyoko came to the infirmary to see me. You have come this far. I am sure you can answer this. What was it that you forgot? Everything's hazy. I think my stomach is acting up again. I drink the medicine Dr. Iwamine gives me and lie down, but my body still feels heavy. I'm tired. Are you okay, Ryouta? Yeah, I'm fine now. Mr. Nagaki said you were coming here, so I wanted to make sure you were all right. Hiyoko is reaching towards me. Want to go home? I'll walk you. Her hand stops. Hiyoko falls to her knees, clutching her chest. Ryouta, I can't breathe. Oh. She can't breathe. This is bad. My mother said to get home early. Everything feels strange, almost like it's a dream. I need to go home. Goodbye, Hiyoko. See you tomorrow. Hugh. No wonder you didn't remember that. You were in some kind of haze. She fell down before my eyes. And Then, the experiment was a resounding success. Mr. Tosaka displayed the archetypal symptoms of a human infected with Charon virus and passed away. Once the virus is inside a human body, it shuts down the respiratory system in a matter of minutes. Technically speaking, it causes an overreaction of the immune system, which leads to widespread apoptosis in the lungs. But more simply, any human who comes into contact with you will die. You see? You're lying. Hiyoko and I were together since we were children. Of course, I only administered the live virus to you yesterday. All of the things I've done to you over the past year have been in preparation for it. So, you still basically killed Hiyoko, but indirectly, by using Ryouta as a guinea pig. So as far as I'm concerned, Doctor, you're still guilty of her death. Do you recognize this? The Scarecrow's head? It's Hiyoko's head, isn't it? Yes. Alas, the body is now useless, but I shall tell you about Labor 9, the being you call the Scarecrow. It is one of the labor model new humans, developed by Dove Party researchers, but denounced as unethical. By the Dove Party, huh? We birds have advanced quickly, but our physical capabilities are still far behind those of the human race. These new creatures were livestock, if you will, to compensate for that. The Labor series was a great step towards the beautiful ideal of coexistence with humans. With a human's head mounted inside an artificial body, they were durable and capable of difficult tasks. Of course, they never entered development, the project having been shut down early due to ethical complaints. However, I carried on the Dove Party researchers' will and created this prototype to be my sidekick. We didn't want too many other people snooping around and disrupting your investigation, so I had it patrol the building. And now, the next question. What is inside this bag? A human's head? No. Close, but you have to be more specific. I believe we had Miss Tosaka's head sent to your classroom, but did you notice anything missing? Missing? When I found her in the box, I was too shocked to be looking for clues. I may have well missed something. Wait, he doesn't mean Hiyoko's brain? Correct. You do catch on quickly. Miss Tosaka did come to meet you quite frequently. Of course, having been placed in Labor 9, she has lost much of her personality. Then she's alive? Well, not anymore. We kind of short-circuited her brain. You fluffy bastard, you. But her body is gone. All that's left is her brain. Can we still call that alive? Alive or not? I don't know anymore. Can you save her? Ryouta, why would he even want to save Hiyoko at this point? When it's very clear that Well, he's getting off on basically screwing with you. That is a difficult question. We tend to think of there being a definite border between life and death, but really it's quite vague. Her personality still remained in this world up until a few minutes ago. Or is it minutes? But you gave poor Labor 9 quite a shock, shall we say. Alas, Miss Tosaka's brain is no doubt irreversibly damaged. The wonders of modern medicine can do nothing for her now but sigh and shake their heads. Yesterday her body, and today her mind. You are a far more twisted villain than I could ever hope to be, Mr. Kuwara. I killed Hiyoko. It was my fault all along. No, it's not. It was this douchebag. Why did it have to happen this way? This was all arranged for you. I had Labor 9, Mr. Sakazaki, and the headmaster help you along in your investigation. You are but one step from the end now. You must remember one more thing. What is it that you and Miss Tosaka told me long ago? Come, follow me. Are you the magician from the flashbacks? He holds out his wing. What lies beyond here? Hiyoko is gone. The one who killed her was here from the beginning. I have nothing more to lose. You are obedient, Mr. Kuwara. Wait! Textoris Melodia Funis! The demon spores are the thickest that way. You will not be able to return. That's right. The doctor is probably going to do something unspeakably horrible to you, Kuwara. Come back! Thank you for bringing Mr. Kuwara this far, you two. And now, goodbye. Oh dear. This looks bad. Do you suppose it's poison gas? Its presence. Mystic Phantom, the avatar of miasma. You do take everything in stride, don't you, Higure? So do you. And what is this? Two humans lie in a twisted pile. They are Hiyoko's parents. She said they work as mediators between birds and humans. They were trying to say something to the humans barricaded on the other side of the wall, but they received only bullets as a reply. The death of her parents became a signal. The birds surrounding the little house crossed the wall as one. I can hear gunfire from inside. I can hear humans and birds screaming. We could do nothing but stand outside and watch. So Hiyoko, were you here at the same is this the same orphanage that Nagaki was in? We could do nothing but stand outside and watch. And then the stranger came and spoke to us. Is there anything you desire? I will grant any wish for you. So tell me. I answered, I don't want these things to happen anymore. My wish is for a world where humans and birds no longer fight. Even if I die, I want there to be peace. And Hiyoko continued, I agree. I would do anything to make Ryuta's wish come true. The stranger nodded. It might not be possible right now, but one day I will make it happen. When we were children. That's right. That was you. That was the other thing you had forgotten. You have remembered, I see. 8 years ago, a number of humans barricaded themselves in a building not far from where we lived. Hyoko's parents were shot by the other humans, and many birds and humans were killed in the ensuing gunfight. And I met the doctor. I asked for a world in which humans and birds no longer fight. You and Miss Tosaka both said you would be glad to die to bring it about. And so I am carrying out your wish, just as you had stated it. Even symbiotic relationships are not free from strife. In order to end the wars between humans and birds forever, one race would have to be completely destroyed, you see. Why did you choose me? Back then. Choose you? Why did I ask what your wish was, you mean? I assure you, it was not a coincidence. I am not so bored as to wander around granting wishes willy-nilly. I, too, had made a promise. A promise, huh? To grant your wish. The preliminary test yesterday was a resounding success. We need only transfer the original lysomes from Fujishiro Nagaki to you, and everything will be in place. I have granted your wish. Though, I did make you jump through a few hoops so you would remember your wish and understand my intentions. It would be the least you could do. It would be the least you could do to at least acknowledge all I have done for you. I don't care about anything now. Yoko is gone. My wish has destroyed everything. Nothing good has ever happened. If this is what my life is to be like, I wish I had never been born. I don't want to see anything anymore. Do not be anxious. You have no will to resist, so soon you will forget it all. Good night, Mr. Kawara. Yeah! My crimson breast senses dang... Talking will just make it worse, Higure. It seems to be leaking in quite slowly. I'm glad we have a little more time, but it's getting hard to breathe. Wallenstein, you coward! Come out and fight! Coup! Coup! Okusan, you are my hero. Okusan, just a little... Hold on just a little longer. We'll get you out of there. I'll try to open the cage, Oko. You see to the gas. Coup! Coup! Okusan shall not fail. Much better. No one can say you slack off as student president, Shirogane. The Crimson Breast shall not forget this. Are you two alone? Where did Kawara go? Coup? Were you separated? Did Ryouta wander off and get lost? No, he didn't. He got carried off by the doctor. Carried off? Cuckoo! Oh no! No doubt the doctor is making him drink nasty protein supplements as we speak. If we do not act soon, the funeral song shall herald the coming of the darkness. Why can you never speak in plain Japanese, miserable poltroon? He's saying that the doctor is planning to turn Kawara into a biological weapon. What? We can explain while we walk, assuming I don't run out of breath. Very well. Let's proceed. Kawara, are you alive? You look frightening, Ryouta. Please don't hurt me. Ku! Okasan has a bad feeling about this. Ryouta is not normal. Miserable medical man! What have you done to him? Why, if it isn't the son of the noble Labelle family? What is one of your prestige doing here? Ho ho ho. Your pathetic jabs mean nothing to me. What have you done to Kawara? I have granted his wish. That is all. It is almost 10. The human forces are gathered above. Mr. Kawara must now return to the surface and begin the end of the human race. Kawara would wish for no such thing. He would never harm a human. Right, Kawara? It seems he is hesitant to agree with you. Bah! He has been swallowed by the demon spores. Our voices will not reach him. It is time for us to go. He has but little time left in this world and cannot afford to waste any of it. He has but little time. What does this mean? His duty now is to fly about the world spreading the seeds of throughout all humanity. It will be a feat impossible for any normal rock dove. Of course, he will be shot at as well. If he were to fall from his wounds, he would die before completing his task. Ku! Do not fear. Okasan will stop Ryouta here and now. Ku! There he goes. Mr. Kawara has traded his free will for normally impossible physical tenacity. He's been brainwashed? We have to stop him and bring him back to his senses before he reaches the surface. But Oko is stronger than any of us, and he was sent flying just like that. How can we keep him here? Work together. Kawara is very strong but lacks control right now, right? Maybe we should ask Higure. What? Him? He's nuts! Ha ha ha! Black Bean Donna. Or Bean Donna. There he goes again, spouting nonsense. Wait! Kawara! Stop! Ah! Oh dear, there goes Shirogane. The demon Red Eye speaks. Seal the disaster with the power of the Chosen One. He's reacting. How is that frail Luzon able to affect him? What is he doing? Hypnotizing him. According to the documents back there, Higure has the ability to pull others into his own fantasies and break down their mental restraints. I was talking to the doctor about it earlier, too. I think it's real. Mental restraints. Like how Desperate Man can be stronger than usual. The demon Red Eye heralds the awakening. By the power of the blood-stained hand, I seal the funeral song. Ku! Okasan attack! Okasan cannot possibly lose in a fight with Ryouta. There we go. Perfect. We're supposed to convince Ryouta to stop while ourselves being drawn into some bizarre fantasy? This is madness! Don't think about the consequences, Shirogane. Just go along with it. Prepare yourselves. We fight, brethren bound with the Red Lotus feathers. I'm gonna save here. Ryouta, Textoris Melodia Funis appears. Angel's return. Okay, I do not see any stats anywhere, so I'm hoping that this is not just going to be luck-based on what I choose. So, Pure Wings Awaken. Textoris Melodia Funis. Now it's time to break Wallenstein's spell. Hear the call of the Red Lotus. Sand's turn. Ku! Oh crap. Ku! A violent Ryouta is not a good Ryouta. Come to your senses! Kazuaki's turn. Come back. We're all trying our best for you, Kawara. Come back to us. Sakuya's turn. Pull yourself together. Do you not care? Do you plan to destroy all that we've gained? Stop, Kawara. This is not the path you must travel. Who? Kyoko? Jeez, Ryouta, you're causing everybody trouble. I don't want to see you like this either. I'm the only Berserker-class character this story needs. Wake up already, Ryouta! Ryouta was defeated. Success! Kawara, pull yourself together. Do you want this? No. I don't. Ku! Ryouta is a vegetarian and shouldn't exert himself. I don't want to make anyone sad. The remitter reactivated. Fascinating. It should not have been possible for some hours yet. Disease is half in the mind, after all. Outlook is surprisingly important. I suppose this means my data was insufficient. This is the end, Dark Sorcerer Wallenstein. Be judged by the Crimson Breast. Wait. Angel. It's not just his fault. Why do you protect him? He's the one who did this to you. Tell me, Doctor, why did you go so far to grant my wish? Why did I grant your wish? My reason is nothing of the note. It is not worth telling. This was merely an experiment that has now come to an end. You must have had a reason. You aren't the sort to go around talking to children without some purpose. I want to know the answer to everything. The answer is nowhere near as glamorous as you're expecting, I assure you. Hey, good morning, Isa. Sorry to spring this on you, but could you take a look at these? What is it, sir? You seem excited. It's amazing! The healers we got earlier. Healers. Ah, the Hela cells from last month. Yeah, them, from the unusually old human. Aiding science even after death. Can we at least call the samples by their proper name? You've always been serious like that, Isa. These samples are sweet, like sweet lovebirds. Touch them with kindness and they respond beautifully. Just how many lovebirds do you have again? Perhaps you should call them pet birds instead. Maybe you're right. Anyway, look at this. We've been looking into cancer cell immortality. This. Indeed, these results are amazing. You're quite lucky with these things. It's all about love. Or intuition. That too. Kawara Ryuji. He is quite possibly the most gifted researcher alive. He has abilities and intuition that not even he can explain. What's your relation to Ryouta? Hey, good morning, Isa. Nice weather, huh? Makes me want to do something outside. It's already evening. I believe one normally switches to good evening around now. It's good whenever I get up, Isa. Get distracted by things like common sense and you'll miss the greatest discoveries of your life. Sophistry. Hey, good morning, Isa. Whoopsie, we're low on cash. Here, was this the one? I didn't ask you to pick it up for me. Here, take it. It's not like we're running out. You sound like a pushy salesman. Your right wing is injured, right? If there's anything I can help you with, just ask. I've been doing fine so far. Hey, good morning, Isa. Hey, can I say something? What is it, sir? I am somewhat busy. You're always busy. If I wait for you to take a break, I'd die of old age before I got to say. Talking like this gets us nowhere. Guess what? I had a kid! I see. Congratulations. What? Don't you have anything else to say? Not particularly. Reproduction is natural for all living creatures. Of course, were I to become a father, I would feel bad for the child, given my habit of locking myself away in the laboratory. Well, I guess it's nice to know that you would care enough about the well-being of a child to recognize that. You psycho. The only bird who I ever recognized. The only one I ever recognized as worthy of my respect. Hey, good morning, Isa. I brought you something cool. What is it? A fossil. Look at it. It's huge. You act like an excited child. Hey, I like geology too. It tempts me with such spouse breach. With spouse breach. I will carry on your research while you are out then. Go on. Dang, you're cold. Hey, listen, want to come with me on a business trip sometime? Field observation is fun. My next one's at the start of the month. I am interested in your work, sir. I am partway through a fascinating process. While I am interested in your work, sir, I am partway through a fascinating process at the moment. Perhaps another time. Yeah? I'll invite you next time then. I bet traveling with you would be a blast. Field observation is not exactly sightseeing. I will make sure to open time in my schedule, though. His last moments were dreadfully anticlimactic. He fell ill with a disease endemic to the island. By the time we returned home, he was so emaciated one could barely recognize him. He had watched as many other birds succumb to disease. So I was sure that he would die in his examination room, surrounded by his family. Isa, I always knew this was a possibility. Yes, sir. I don't regret the way I did things. No, sir. But I just remembered. I do have one regret. Yes, sir. I've never done anything a father's supposed to do. I'd promised to take time off for the first time in years. I want you to do me a favor, Isa. If you ever run into my son, can you do something for him in my stead? A rather vague request. He's too nice. He'd never ask for something, even if he wanted it. I suspect he inherited that trait from his father. Anyway, if you ever happen to meet him, you don't have to go out of your way to find him or anything. Very well. I shall remember. What is his name? Ryouta. It's Kawara. Ryouta. You vanished from my life before I ever told you my feelings. And I've chased your shadow since then. Well, this is quite scandalous. You had a thing for Ryuta's daddy. Is this what you mean by quitting while you're ahead? Or was it just cowardice? No matter how I study life, its past, its future, I will never be able to surpass you. And that was my only goal. Kawara Ryouta, the son of Dr. Kawara, carrying half his genetic material, and otherwise unrelated. But this boy, he may be the only way for me to catch your shadow now. Seventh class, end. 8th class. Well, quite the revelation. I think I'm gonna go ahead and cut it off here. I know that this has gone on for over an hour, but, well, we're pretty much in the final, clearly in the final act. So I kind of figured that we have to be close to the end of this thing here. So, you know, that would be a reason enough to justify having longer episodes. So, I gotta say, this really does explain quite a lot of things, really, about everything that, you know, the doctor here has done up until now, and why he's had such an interest in Ryouta. Yeah, I'm probably just stating the obvious here, but anyway. So, I'm guessing that there's not going to be much left after this, for sure this time. So, I guess next time I will see you guys for what will probably for sure be the actual finale. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and if you did like it, and you want to see more content from me, feel free to hit the subscribe button and click the bell icon for notifications if you want to get any from me. And with that out of the way, I will see you guys next time. Take care.